If you are a beginner, please do watch my previous videos. Today let's create some furniture elements. The IFC file is open and let's select the Add Cube tool here. Make sure your 3D cursor in the world origin. Click Shift A and then go to Mesh and Cube. Now we have created a cube here. I am using Blender 5 and the Bonsai version is 0.8.4. Click the Select Box tool here. You can press Shift and right mouse to move the 3D cursor, and I am enabling snap here. Snap it to the corner of this cube. Now select object, then set origin to 3D cursor. The advantage is that, for example, when I press S to scale, the object moves or scales with respect to the origin point. Press N to see the sidebar, drag select the location values and enter 0 there. Now the cube origin is in the world origin. Let's change the dimensions. Select the cube, drag select the dimensions, and I am entering 0.05 here. It's a 5 cm cube here. I am trying to make the legs of the chair, so let's change the height dimension. Enter 0.35 meters there, that is 35 centimeters. You can duplicate this leg by clicking Shift plus D. Let's move it in the x-axis. Go to the top view and I am making another copy of it using Shift D. So already I have made a copy here. You can press G to grab and move that, and press Z to move in the vertical axis. Press G and Z to snap it on top of the leg. Select the top part, then press N to view the sidebar. Drag select X and Y dimensions to 40 centimeters and change the Z dimension to 5 centimeters. Now let's duplicate these legs by clicking Shift D. You can select both of these together and press Shift D and snap it to the other side. To make the backrest of the chair, let's duplicate it by pressing Shift D and Z. Snap it to the top of it. Now let's change the Z dimension to 30 centimeters and adjust the Y dimension to 5 centimeters. Now drag select all of these elements. Shift select this leg to make sure it is highlighted. Now press Ctrl J and join these elements together. Now we have got the required geometry. Let's assign this an IFC element. For that, click on the Object Information tab. In that, select IfcElementType and then in the IFC class, search for chair. Now select the IFC furniture type chair. We are using IfcElementType instead of IfcElement because they define shared properties once, keeping the model consistent and efficient. Press F2 to rename the selected geometry so that when we assign the IFC class, this name will be reflected there as the IfcElementType name. Now click the Assign IFC class and you can see that the geometry has been disappeared. Actually, it has been saved as an IfcElementType in this project. To see that, select the furniture tool here. Go to the type manager on top and you can see the type we have created here. Select the chair type and let's add it to the model once again. For that, go to the project overview tab. Click the ground floor and make it set default. Press Shift S and select cursor to world origin. Now you can press Shift A to add the furniture into the model. You can see the chair has been appeared again. Now press N and let's change the location coordinates to origin or 0. Now let me move this chair to the right side. Now let's create a table geometry. For that, take the leg geometry we have created before. Move it to the origin point. Now select the leg and let's change the height dimension. I am entering a value of 70 centimeters here. Press Shift D and duplicate the object. Now snap it to the top of the object. Now similar to the chair, let's change the dimensions of the top. I am entering a height of 5 centimeters and then the X and Y dimensions as 1 meter each. Now let's duplicate these legs and snap it to the corners. Now go to the wireframe mode and you can select all the geometry together. Shift select the leg to highlight it and press Ctrl J to join the geometry. Now we have created this table geometry. Let's assign the IFC class to it. Before that, press F2 to rename the geometry to table. Now in the object information predefined type, you can select table instead of chair and assign IFC class. Now the table geometry has also been disappeared. Now let's duplicate this chair geometry by pressing Shift D. Now you can go to the object information and edit the type here. I am changing the type to table here. Now you can see the chair has been changed to the table. Move the table to the world origin. Let's create a plan representation. For that, select the add cube tool here. Make sure the cursor is in the world origin. Now press Shift A, Mesh and Plane. Now let's change the dimensions of the plane in the item tab in the sidebar. I am clicking it as 1 meter for X and Y axis. Now let's move the plane aligning to the table. You can use the snapping options to snap it. Press tab for edit mode and press 3 for face selection mode. Select the face here. Press X and delete only faces. Now we have created a rectangle for the table plan. Let's assign this plan to the element type. You can press / to isolate any object. Let's make the origin of the object to the world origin. Press Ctrl A and click all transforms. Now origin of the object has been relocated to the world origin. Now select the table and in the right, in the type manager, you can select this icon, select type, and just go to the geometry and materials tab. There in representations, you can select plan body, plan view. Now click the plus icon here. Instead of tracing the outline, you can select from object and you can pick the object we have created. I think there is some bug in selecting the object. So let's once again go to the wireframe mode. Click the plus button in the representation and select from object. And now let's pick the object from here. If you select plan body, plan view and click from object. Now you can see the plan representation object named plane has been selected already. Now when you click OK, the table geometry has been changed to the plan geometry here. If you go to the object information, you can see the IFC object there. I am deleting that. Now the plane we have created remains. Now let's add a plan representation to the chair also. Let's move the chair to the world origin. Now let's edit the plane object. I am selecting the object and pressing S to scale and snap it to the chair. Make sure you have selected the scale effect in the snap settings. Now press Ctrl A and apply all transforms. For editing the plane, you can press tab key to go to the edit mode. You can press numpad 1 for the vertex selection mode. And you can just select all the vertices here. To add one more vertex here, you can select Ctrl plus R and create another vertex here. Similarly, you can also add a vertex in the other side using Ctrl R. Now let's select these vertices together and press F to join them. Now we have created another edge. Let's select those vertices. Press G and Y to move it in the Y axis and snap it to the chair's backrest. Now we have created the plan drawing of the chair. Let's apply all the transforms. If you are familiar with Blender basics, you can easily model the plan representation as well as the geometry. Now select the IFC chair, go to the object information and select type, then go to geometry and materials. In the representation, select plan body, plan view, click the add icon, select the plane. We have already selected that. Now I am selecting it once more, then click the OK button. The chair geometry has changed to the plan representation. Select the IFC chair and let me move it aside. Let me select the plane object and delete it. I am selecting the IFC chair and also deleting it. Now let's go to the drawings and documents tab. There you can select the ground floor plan and activate it. Now bring the 3D cursor and snap it to the floor. Now select the furniture tool. The chair has been already selected. Now press Shift A to add the chair to the plan. Now the chair has been added to the plan. You can move the chair as you wish. Let me adjust this labeling by moving it aside. Now let's duplicate the chair using Shift D and move it aside. You can press R and enter the degrees you want to rotate, and you can adjust the position also. I am making a copy of the chair once again. Now let's select the chair and go to object information. There in type I am selecting table instead of chair and saving it. Now you can see the chair has been transformed into a table. You can arrange the position of it by moving it. Let's select these two chairs together. Press Shift D to duplicate. Press Escape button and then you can press R to rotate. I am rotating it 90 degrees. Now we have created 4 chairs of the same type. After that, you can create the SVG drawing by simply pressing this create drawing icon. Now you can see one drawing is created. You can view this by clicking this eye icon. The plan with furniture layout looks perfect. Now let's see the section drawing. You can go to the north section and activate the drawing. The furniture section drawing has already been automatically added to the 2D drawing. You can also create the drawing here and view the drawing. The section drawing also looks fine. Now let's update these drawings in the sheet. To update all the drawings at once, make sure all drawings are checked and then in the create drawing button, press Shift and create drawing to create all drawings together. Now you can see 4 drawings created. Now go to the sheet section. You can create the sheet and view it. All drawings have been updated. For more bonsai tutorials, stay tuned.